All right, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good morning. I am at work, and let me just do something here real quick. Dun, dun, dun. All right, anyway, so I will take a look at that stuff later on. Figured I was going to do a little bit of arena grinding. There was no one else streaming live at the time, and I figured I wanted some company. So, you know what? I'm bringing you along with me. Good morning, Hoop. Good morning, Vernon. Yeah, I'm not upset at all that the Eagles lost. Not one bit. So, yeah, that's really kind of it. Just going to kind of do my little arena grind. We'll knock out some of the featured arena. I don't know if I'll get all the milestones or not. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. Figure, why not? I haven't done an arena morning stream in ages, so I'm just going to go big screen. Like I said, I am at work. I don't have all day. You guys don't have all day. So let's just get into it. Couple things just to note. Prestige, I'm done. Alliance raids, I am done for now. War, I'm done. Coliseum, I'm done for now. I'll probably start the event quest probably later today. I don't see me getting to the next tier. It's not that far off. Well, if it wants to come up. This game has been freezing up on me a lot more lately. I am tapping my screen. I am trying to slide it back and forth. I'm trying to do things right now, and it just doesn't want to do it. There we go. See, look at that. It only took it 20 minutes to get there. So the next level is 590. I'm at 510. I don't see me getting 80 more points. I don't have the 6 stones for it. Howdy, Slinger. What's going on? Tim, let's see. Good morning. I'm back to work after 5 days off and needed. Hey, I'm glad I can provide a distraction. That's what I'm here for. That's what you guys are here for. I don't want to, one of the ways to prevent burnout while doing arena grinding is to be doing something else while you're doing it. That's my school of thought. I used to use Mr. Brian Grant very, very much for that reason. But since he hasn't been streaming, I don't have his live streams to watch or rewatch or watch on replay or whatever you want to call it. So, you know what? We're just going to go in and we're going to do our own thing. And why are my teams looking so different down here at this low end? Do I not have recoils on? Okay, I've got recoils on. They're just sorted differently. That's kind of odd. Oh well, we're gonna go with it. Don't matter. It's just the first couple matches anyway. BG was your go-to as well. Had that soothing voice to watch. Yeah, exactly. I would get up. I would get to work, and then it would be just kind of doing a little bit. Pretty bad. I get to work and do my arena grind. I've had tough jobs over the years. Let me tell you. All that manual labor I've had behind a desk. Hey, Saitama, what's going on? So yeah, that was my routine for years. I've said it several times on the stream. So my morning would be back when BG was streaming a lot, and I was just getting into the game. I would ride my bike to work. My office was like 5 miles from my house, so it was good. It was a good morning bike ride. I'd ride my bike to work. I'd get there, sit down, get my emails checked, get technicians sent off on their tasks. I was managing, fiber optic installations at the time. So we would get all the technicians out. And then once they were gone, I really didn't have anything to do unless there was an issue somewhere at one of the sites or, it was end of the day and they were coming back in to report status. So I had several hours. I would just sit there and I would watch BG's stream from the night before. So I'd watch it on replay. And then about that same time, Seaton would be kicking up his live stream. And then after Seaton would kick up his live stream, then it would be Dorky Diggity Dave. A lot of cases would be going live with his. And when all that was said and done, at that point in time, it was, getting closer to the end of the day for me. So I actually had some work I had to do. So yeah, that was my typical day in the past. Now, without Brian, it's a lot of KT streams if he's streaming in the morning, a lot of Barrow if he's streaming in the morning, a lot of watching other stuff other than MCOC content. Hello, chat. So, it's just, I highly recommend, even if unless you're a big whale, unless all you want to do is spend money on this game, I highly recommend a quick arena grind every couple days. It does not take very long anymore. I don't know what it takes me now. I think on the featured, maybe an hour. On the basic arena, maybe 45 minutes. Basic arena is 22 matches. So however long it takes you to do, 66 fights? On the featured, it does take a little bit longer. I am kind of curious now that I've got a few more rank 4s, especially after last night. Well, I want to see how long it'll take. Hey, Sean, how many points am I going for arena on what I typically do, Sean, for arena is I will do all of the featured in one day and then the basic the next. So today I will do all the featured. Whether I get it all done on this stream or not, I don't know. Typically what I do is I just run, I get the streak started, I get to 10, and then I just run my rank 4s. And then I'll come back later tonight when the rank 4s reset and run the last couple matches that are needed that I don't. But since I'm streaming it, I may go and do all of it. Don't forget watching Aaron Rodgers get demolished out of. Yeah, I'm of two minds of Aaron Rodgers. I liked Aaron Rodgers in his heyday. I love watching great gameplay, no matter who it is. I may not like Tom Brady, but man, that boy could play some football, and I enjoy watching talent, which I don't know what you guys are doing here based off of that, but I enjoy watching people play well. Hey, Andy, what's going on, my friend? So yeah, I in any sport, it's like the Olympics are coming up. I'll watch that just so I can see. I may not understand all the stuff. I'll watch curling. Whatever it is, I just kind of like watching people that are very, very talented. Do their thing. It's fun. Oopsie. It does help if you block. Just saying. Let's see, a couple more runs here. Wait, I'm watching playback. Pause the stream until I'm done. No. I like NBA a lot this season. Haven't seen a lot of football. My favorite team is the Commanders. I have been I'm going to refer to them, and I refer to them most of the time as the Redskins, because I have been a Redskins fan since I was a little kid. And that's not going to change. They may change the name. As long as they don't change the team colors and where they're playing at, if they move out of Washington, I may have to change that. But as long as they are Washington and they are the kind of that maroon and gold, the red and gold, whatever you want to call it, burgundy and gold, they are my team. I kind of am viewing them hopefully as the Texans. If you watch the Texans first year, with C.J. Stroud, their offense was unstoppable. They were incredible. The next year, they took a step back. And now, hopefully, in the third year coming up, they'll be good again. There was just way too many injuries this year for the Commanders to do anything. And that happens. It is a violent game after all. People are going to get hurt. I'm just going to let you, I'm just not even going to worry about dexing it. There we go. Washington's always Washington. They better be. Teams move, teams change. I'm glad they are building a stadium in D.C. That should keep the name the same for a while. And it's been, last year was great. I kind of knew coming into this year it was going to be, whoops, messed up the timing there, that it was going to be a down year. You can't Where the drops at, I don't know. Kabam said that they were going to redo a drop, redo some drops for this week, but I ain't seen them yet. We asked. I've asked. I ain't seen. Let's see, who else do we want to bring in here for the last set of rank 2s? Can we get a master reveal? I'm just taking off recoils. Yeah, I can show you those. I'm running recoils. I run recoils for arena grinds. Let me do this match and then I'll show you. Yeah, well, that's everybody looks for the drops. The weird thing is typically when drops aren't on, the drops enabled button on the Twitch stream doesn't activate. Oh, it didn't activate this morning. It was last night. It was showing drops enabled. At least today it's not. Did I get the correct amount of SIGs? I believe so. I didn't. I lost count at some point in time, but I got 675. So if that's not right, it's off by maybe 25, and I'll live with it. On the mini, I thought it was a little short. I thought I could have sworn I got more than 2, because I only got 200 there. And the worst part of these early arenas is the AI, by the way. Absolutely horrid AI this early in the arena streak. There we go. One more match here, then we'll do a quick little mastery check. I'll show you both my recoil and non-recoil decks that I've got going on right now. Oops, I kind of messed up there. That's all right. I shouldn't die. This is just arena. And I say that and I'll probably die. I can't recoils anymore. This Havoc. Oh yeah. You don't want recoils on for Havoc. So, I've got a couple different mastery builds. I've got the standard, recoil one. I think that's the standard offensive tree for recoils. I do have 1 point in collar tech, along with it, and then there we go. We've got max mystic dispersion. And then my non-recoils would be this. I don't run any in Assassins simply because this is the tree that I typically run in Battlegrounds, and I find that it doesn't really help and kind of hurts more than it helps in a lot of cases. Defensive tree, maxed out, stand your ground, always. And then I run 1 point in Iniquity, and then we do max mystic dispersion there as well. And 3 out of 5 collar tech. I do run a lot of techs, so it does help. Yeah, I've done Coliseum. I've done it on both my accounts. I am at the 80 points. I didn't ever really get a great run, 10.75 bars with Future Ant-Man. If you've got Future Ant-Man, even at just ranked, I did it at rank 2 on Awakened on my mini. Does fine. You get 7-8 bars fairly easily, and it's just going to take some time on the mini. Hey, Flora Sexy, thank you for the follow on Twitch. All right, let's get back into here. Now, after the first 5, I run the first 5 with my lowest rank 2 7 stars. Then I move from there to the rank 3s. Then I'll do 5 matches with rank 3s, and then it's all rank 4s from there. I got 0 SIGs on the alt and spent enough units to get Kingpin. I was sad. So 525 on the main 0. I got 200 on the alt. I haven't used them yet over there. So I don't know. Part of the reason for that is I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'm probably going to do some prestige gains for the mini, but in a way that hurts, because there are champions I need. And a lot of it will depend on what I get for an Awakening Gem. I should be getting an Awakening Gem when I do the monthly content there, so you get one. Who are you using, Sean? The 2 best champions I've seen are Future Ant-Man. Infamous Iron Doom does well. Anybody can do it. You just have to be very careful of the armors and dexing. For example, if he does not throw a special attack that is unblockable, do not dex. Parry it. Even if they're unblockable, if you have the parrying timing down, parry them. Hey, thank you for the follow, 73M370PL0M0. I'm sure that's probably spells something out in real life, but I'm old, so you get it. You get it how you wrote it. Oops, I missed the intercept. The other good thing about Arena is you get to practice against a lot of champions, and like this, I'll bait out special just so I can work on the timing of doing this. See, and it's safe. I was late on the decks of the third part, so it's a nice safe way to practice different things. So that you get the timings down. So, you can't really practice in Battlegrounds. You can't really practice in Alliance War. Yeah, you could do duels and stuff like that, but this is a little bit more fun. You get units for doing it. Using Superior Iron Man R5 6-star. Now, that one I haven't tried. Something bad in Spanish. Gotcha. Well, then I'm not going to say it. Let's see. Anybody done Superior Iron Man? I've heard that he can be okay, but I've not used him. Mine on both accounts is, I think on the mini it's unranked, and on this one it's just rank 1. So not really too sure on exactly how well he works. Is Maestro good? Maestro is okay. Maestro's more of a defender. He is a good counter for some fights. He's good for Future Ant-Man because he gets a pierce. And if you don't know, with Future Ant-Man, once you get Pierce on, he's not going to gain any more armors at all, as long as you have a Pierce buff. So, I kind of use him like I do Hulkling against Future Ant-Man. You just kind of stall until that first armor drops off, and then you get your Pierce buff up, and then at that point you can't really do... Hit most of his kit is gone at that point, basically. At least his defensive kit. No one can convince me that fight is possible. I took full years hiatus and got back a couple months ago. It's a big roster gap for me. 7-star Fam and 7-star Doom, so I'm just not able to. If you have the 6-star Ant-Man or 6-star iDoom, you can do it. I know Pastor Coco was doing it with a 6-star Iron Doom, and he got it down to where he was doing 7 or 8 bars consistently. I used to be a 4 Loki member. That is correct. I left 4 Loki, it's probably been a year ago now. We kind of had a parting of the ways. So, yeah, it is what it is. I still talk to a lot of the 4 Loki guys. I still think they're a great group. So, just take your time with it. You've got 2 weeks. Hopefully some of the other matchups are a little bit better for your roster. Just the main thing to do on it is just making sure that you keep an armor up. All right, Andy, take care, man. MSD goes in and out of 4 Loki. When they need somebody to fill in for something, he'll jump in there from time to time. But he's got his own alliance. At least I haven't looked recently. He may be back in there now. I don't know. Oh, no. 4 Loki is... I will say this. 4 Loki is about as clean as they come. They're just a bunch of good players. They really are. Yeah, Havoc, the AI in there is not great. But I will say, 4 Loki is pretty much as clean as they come when it comes to alliances. They'll if you're using hacks, and they kind of have to be based on who's in there. Just say, they've got a lot of Kabam employees in there, so if they were using hacks, there'd be some big issues. What the issue is? I did some rank ups, and my teams are now built different. I had them all set the way I wanted them. Silly rank ups. Let's see. Yeah, Lags is incredible. Lags is a good kid, and I say that he's not exactly a kid, but he is to me because my kids are about the same age. I don't have Fat Man, but I found the Captain America Falcon. Yeah, he worked pretty well for it as well. Yeah, let's see. So, I mean, all of them in there are good. Yusafa, great guy, absolutely phenomenal gentleman. Karate Mike, TJ, who you'll see around a lot, is in there. Hughes, Adam goes by Adman in the Alliance. Great guy. Enzo. Oh man, can't forget Enzo. Enzo's probably the best human being you'll ever meet in your life. So yeah, they've got a lot of great guys. All right, one more match here, then we get the good stuff. We get the big guys. Let's go this way. I haven't played NTW in a while. Yeah, but basically for Loki was the choice came down to they wanted to push further in war than I was able to. I'm not the greatest player in the game, so they did what they had to do, and I did what I had to do. I want to focus more on battlegrounds and having fun, so it worked out for everybody. I still enjoy war, just more on a more relaxed environment. Hey, Zode, what's going on? It's like this season, ran through. It's awesome because I've got my main and my mini. They're both about the same level in wars, about the Plat 2, Plat 3 range. Ran through 24 fights. I had one timeout, and that was it. Yeah, Mr. Number 3 in the world in Banquet, Yusafa. I still don't know how many points. You needed a lot. You needed to spend some money. All right, now all I do is run the rank 4s. Oops. There we go. Run these guys right here, and then we're done. I should end up about 10 million points for right now. It's crazy. You're insanely good. I would get kicked instantly. I appreciate that. Yeah, it happens. I have no hard feelings. Didn't have hard feelings at the time. I always told them, one of my things is I know my limitations. I know I'm not the greatest fighter in the world. I always told them, that if they needed to kick me, just to let me know when I would leave on my own accord. And that's basically what it came down to. They wanted podium. They wanted 1, 2, 3, and I am, a master's level. At best. Oops, and I need to mute some chat in line. Got added to a bunch of new chats last night, and I forgot to mute them. Because if you don't mute them, they come through, and let's mute chat. Can I mute chat this? Okay, no, not until I join it. Okay, good. But I will say, it's nice. I got my master's title. That's all that matters. Yeah, I got War Champ though. Yeah, we finished third twice, so I can come here. Oops, that's mastery. That's not the right thing. I don't know. You can't really search for it. I really wish you could search for it. I don't know how these things are in here. I don't know which color it is. You know, they're alphabetical by color. I don't know. What is that one? Nope, that's not it. You know, it would be nice to be able to search. There's way too many titles. Way too many. I'm at the T's. Here we go. W's in green. Let's see. Nope. I don't know. And then you get this color down here. I don't know. It's in there somewhere. I'm not going to read all of them. But yeah, we finished third twice when I was there. So got podium a couple times. Perfectly fine with me. Hey, Zemo. I don't know if I said hi or not. Wrong spot there. The other reason to run Arena, by the way, is to make sure you get your daily quest done. Because then you get towed. Yeah, I've gotten that one. I don't, you know, it's just, I like the titles. I keep mine. I haven't changed my title in ages. Just simply because it's a pain in the butt system to use. Like I said, if you could search or filter for different things, that would be awesome. But I don't know. There's 1,000 titles in there and no real way of searching or filtering. And I'm not reading all of them, and I don't know what color's what. How are you people doing the EQ auditors? No, on my mini account last month was the first time I could do it. You need a fairly deep roster to do Elder EQ. That's the one thing I don't like. Just focus on making sure you knock out the basic one until your roster is bigger. Because you really need 16 champs that can do it. I mean, and I'm still using, every once in a while, I'll still need a revive on this account. Because it just, you take so much chip damage through the fights. And if you can't find ones that give you some willpower healing, or if you don't have enough champions ranked up that have some type of healing ability, it's just terrible. Yeah, and see, that's just run the regular. You may have to 100% the regular, but that'll get you, a good chunk of the rewards to help you build your roster. They do. They've got that basic difficulty, which you can run 100%. That's your traditional teams, your traditional, 5-man teams going through 6 fights and a boss. I will never take off the House of Zemo title, Tipasi, unless they come out with. I don't blame you there. What do I have on now? I've got the content creator one. I used to have ashamed and incompetent, or whatever it is. That used to be the one I had on. I liked the ashamed one with the Human Torch with the bag over his head. That I don't think I'll change that profile picture for a while. That's still my favorite one. Bam needs to give us a safe Aussie emote. Nah. I'm not liked. I can't even get a creator code, let alone an emote. And here I create all sorts of music for them and just have fun with the game. That's all I'm here for. This is not going to be my life I'm not going to make my living based on MCOC. This is just what I do for fun and a hobby, and well, you know, it's more fun sharing it with other people. No say, no pay. Yeah, don't. I don't need a hashtag. I don't need a campaign to get a code. If they don't want to give me a code, oh well. You know, it is what it is. Oopsie. Max doesn't have one either. Yeah, I don't understand how they're giving them out. I really don't. And that's fine. You know, they can have their thing. I'm in the, you know, I'm in the content creator program for the things I want it for. I want access to be able to every once in a while try out new champs. You know, do stupid little speed run videos with them. If I had more time in my life, I would create detailed how to play videos, but I just, not something I've got the time and ability to do. I guess we go this way. It's like, I mean, for example, it's like Toad. The embargo on the 7-star Toad was yesterday. I haven't had time to even rank him up on the CCP server to try him out. And he's one of my favorite mutant champions. So I would much rather live stream and just have fun and hang out and play the game the way I want to. No, I don't think he's going to be any different. I'm not really paying attention to fighting Photon here. That's not a good thing, because now she's at a special 2 and in pure light form. Well, we'll just kind of see what we can do here. We may die. Nah, we got a striker now. We're good. I just use my 6-star and Elder EQ on the alt. Yeah, I have to on that as well. I don't have enough 7 stars to run it all. I have to run. I run some 6-star rank 4s. It's not fun. I got through it. I only needed like 2 or 3 revives on the mini though. The mini roster, because of being able to do things like that and because of Banquet, has really grown. See, I just can't get that timing. That dex on that 3rd hit has to be so early. It just feels like it's too early to me 99% of the time. I'm going to try it one more time here. And this is where I practice my onslaught dexing, by the way. I've been practicing the special 2 a lot as well. And you know, this guy's not going to... Oh, there we go. See, that was too late as well. Just, you have to go so daggone early. You ran 5-star Kate and AA on all... Wow. Yeah, I don't think I could do a 5-star in there. I would get obliterated. Hey, Mr. Mike Hill. Good morning, sir. Although I've already seen you this morning. Sort of. Mike and I are raid buddies in my mini alliance. Oh, I don't care. I left him, I mean, unfortunately, I went in there and he was at 13% or 14%. He was at 14% and I took him down to 1%. Not much I can do at that point. That was an auto die. So, I'm glad, it was either you going in and finishing him or I would have to revive and finish him, so works for me. Now there's an arena team that I never thought I'd see from me. A rank 4 Absman, a rank 4 Frankencastle, and a rank 4 Quicksilver. I guess we'll try it this way. Your first fight with Spider-Man, you hated it. Who are you using? Well, I can tell you, I went in on the mini using anti-venom and did damage cap without any. I may have had one charge, and I did the damage cap in like 2 minutes. I was going to go oversee when. Oh yeah, I can imagine Chavez on that fight would be horrible. I hate this guy. What? How did I parry him? Quicksilver can parry non-contact? Say it ain't so. I never knew that. I never knew that. Well, now he's got something redeeming in his kit. Spider-Man is annoying on the middle path because you have to counter heavies and specials to get charges to get the pursuit. I don't know. I didn't have any problems with him. That's where I'm fighting him. I'm on the middle path. Ah. Frank takes a little bit of getting used to, but he's kind of a cool champion. Once you get used to him a little bit, he can do some fun stuff. Yeah, AV counters the evade. He doesn't. I think he evaded me one time. He doesn't do it quite as well as Venom does. I think the percent chance of him evading is still like 50%, like 25% or something like that. It's like half of whatever he normally has. Use Deadpool X-Force and it was annoying. What you have to do with Deadpool, what I found on mine, because that's who I run on the main, is Deadpool X-Force, is just do parry, medium, light, 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 and then stop. And then do parry, medium, special for your special attacks. So that's always been my trick with Spidey, is just do, parry, especially in when it's like a kabam on the other side, like AQ or EQ or something like that. You can do parry, medium, light, light, light. Usually you can get 2 or 3 lights in before the stun is up. So it's not terrible. How are you getting roll charges if he's evading? You just got to get a little lucky. I got him on my mini and I'm running middle path. Or on the main on this account. Countering his specials isn't hard. But also running Deadpool X-Force, you don't really need too many of the roll charges. I did max damage, I think the one fight that I did against him with Deadpool. And typically all I do there to get the charges is you just do one hit and back away. That way if he does evade, you're already moving away from him. Oh yeah, I mean, it's definitely annoying. Definitely annoying. With her, every time I try to slow time down when she's doing her arrows, Kate has gotten me. Kate has gotten to me. Although with Kate now, I haven't used her in so long, I mess up the prompts or the timing way too much now. I used to have it pretty consistent. I am so looking forward to this Battleground season. For once, I actually enjoy both metas and have champs that I think are going to be pretty darn good for both metas. Oops. As I say that, I get smacked in the face by Mr. Fury here. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to get frustrated and angry and throw my phone and want to cuss or actually let the words slip out of my mouth, but I'm looking forward to this meta. To me, as long as I don't get that aggressive AI, there's a couple times last night where that AI was so daggone aggressive, it was really, really hard just to get them to back off to hitting the block. And every once in a while, my controls do things like that. Hey, Anita, what's going on? Good morning. You ready for the next Coliseum? I'll take anything over Rooted. Yeah, I did not like Rooted at all. Who's the next Coliseum boss? Is that Void? Is Void the next one? I hate Void. Let's see. Let's try it this way. I saw the Void outline for one of them. I can't remember which one he is. I really hate trying to... Uh-oh. We may have a phone restart here. We may have had a technical difficulty. Sometimes I struggle with her. I think they made this meta so people can use Punisher next 23. It's possible. This was voted on by the people at large. It was voted on by people like us on Discord. So if we don't like it, we only have ourselves to blame here. You know what? Stop that. I just want something to do. There is that. You got a whole nother week and a couple days, or a week and a day. I didn't realize she had something, kind of an anti-evade mechanism to her. That was interesting. I don't know if I've ever used her over. With used Maker against her is what I'm trying to say. You know what I want you to do. Thank you. Sure, why not? We'll go check and see who it is here in a second. Kind of excited about Star-Lord. Seems like another. Yeah, he's gonna be long form. Oh, that was unfazed. Okay, that's what it was. I didn't think she had anything that countered. I always forget about unfazed. Always forget about it. Thank you, work in progress. See, that's why I do these things with you guys around. You can make me look like a fool, and I enjoy it. Yeah, I figured you were going to throw that. I thought it was void. See, I do know a few things. Alright, concussion's gone, you're dead. I hate fighting Void. I hate fighting Void more than I hate fighting Havoc. It's all going to depend on what champs they let us use. Let me use Cheel. Let me use somebody with 10 billion hits in their combo. Let me use Mo-Man. People that can shrug off the debuffs. I'm just afraid they're not going to let you shrug the debuffs off. Then they're going to make them all severe. That would be the way they would do it. Hey, all of Void's buffs are now severe debuffs, so you can't shrug them off at all. Whoopsie. Okay. Void, Crossbones, and Destroyer. Well, as long as they let me use Luke Cage on Destroyer, I'll be okay. He is my go-to. He is my go-to Destroyer counter. God, I hate fighting you. Just die. I have 3 Mutant Awakening gems. Should I use any of these? Sending you a pick online. Okay. Very much not looking forward to Destroy. I have absolutely no clue how to fight that guy. Use Luke Cage, and then you just fight him like any other champ. Because once you get the exhaustions on him, when he throws enough special ones, it just... Whoops. Okay. it just acts like any other, champ. He drains all the power, and you don't really have to worry about it. That's kind of what I do. Other than that, you have to push him to special 2 and get the special 2 decks, which I am 75% on. I'm going to mess up on it, 1 out of every 4 times. Yeah, the Thor. Well, that's why the Luke Cage works for that as well, because he doesn't take any of that damage, if I remember correctly. All right, 9 more fights to go. Yeah, we'll go this way. If they make him, if they give him the Awakened, a lot of cases when they do stuff like that, they do the Unawakened version of him for that reason. Okay, you doing something other than doing 4 hits into my block would be great. I don't know. That's going to be the thing. If they literally use Luke Cage, that's easy mode. That's, 20 bars. Which probably leads me to think, no, they're not going to let us use Luke Cage. I was thinking Solvark was a robot. So I wasn't going for the concussion. I was just hitting him. No, my guess is they'll make it, oh, you got to use a Cosmic Champ. Buff heavy champions or something like that. A lot of mutants down at the tail end of my rank force. Yay, Hulkling again. I'm glad they added him as a 7-star, but I hate fighting this dude. Check line. I can check line. What am I checking for? Mutant Gem. I will bring that up for the masses to see here in a second. Basically, his choices for a Mutant Gem are APOC, which wouldn't be bad. He's not readily available. Deadpool X-Force, highly recommend him. And get him sigged up. Sig 160, he shuts off Nick Fury's second life. So I would probably, of those, it's APOC, Deadpool, Emma Frost, Cyclops, X-23, Iceman, and Omega Red. Of those, I would go Deadpool and sig him up. I just don't ever find any need to run Iceman. Yeah, the only thing he's got is you can do an Iceman trap where they don't have somebody that's cold snap immune, and they take a little bit of damage in Battlegrounds. If that's what you're, Is he nice in Event Quest and things like that? Probably, but I don't know. I would go Deadpool. Deadpool X-Force has more upside. Of course. There we go. I have him on my main. Oh, okay. Well, the other thing that I do with my mini is I try to do some different ones. So you could do Iceman or APOC. APOC doesn't really get much from his awakening, though. He gets a little bit of a heal in quests and Alliance War and stuff like that if you don't use him for a fight or two. Other than that, you're using him for Horsemen. I don't care for Emma. Cyclops is okay. X-23 may be a good option, and I do not care for Omega Red. I don't like fighting them, don't like using them, don't like the play style. So I would go, to me, I would either go Deadpool or Iceman. Maybe X-23 if you like that little new thing that they added with. So there you go. Running just my rank 4s, basically 27 streak, 9.2 million. Yeah, I don't. Omega Red's, I think, day and time has come and gone. He's still good in Alliance War, but if you don't like X-23, don't use it. See, at least you have that problem. Here's my problem. I've got 3 of those, and no one I can use it on. Three tech gems without a single tech champion to use it on. I've got 2 mutants. I do have a couple. I have 1 mutant I can awaken. I've got 2 science. Fortunately, here I've got 3. I could awaken somebody here. I may just throw one into She-Hulk at some point in time. If I get another one, it's going into She-Hulk, and then probably into Spot. Although I don't really care for Spot too much. And then 3 of the generics, which 1 will probably go into Imperiosa. 1 may go into Bullseye here before too much longer. If I get a skill gem once I form the next one, which I am very, very close to, when I run Alliance Quest or EQ, I will get it. If I get skill, it's going into Bullseye. And Bullseye will probably go to rank 4 at that point. It's the only thing holding him back from going to rank 4. I need to build out some defenders that can slow people down and are tougher. I did 3 rank 3s last night, and I still have 1 rank 3, basically 2 rank 3s in overflow that I've got to use and do something with here sooner or later. So I think my next ones I'm thinking about taking him up. Just because Thing from time to time can be a pain in the butt. I'm thinking about taking him up. Then I'm thinking about taking her up. But it's going to be a while before I do another mutant. I've got too many mutants already ranked up. So I don't know. Could do Maestro, could do Bullseye, may do Imperiosa. If we got a good meta for Ebony Maw, I'd take him up. I enjoy playing him on attack, and I enjoy using him. So if you ever get the guaranteed crits, I can't remember what the node's called. I do it all the time in AQ, and I don't ever pay attention what it's called. But if it got the guaranteed crits, Maw is just so much fun. He's such a cheese. Such a cheese when they're guaranteed crits. I think she might be good for the next meta, not for the weeks 3 and 4 meta. Oh, that was the other one I was going to take up. Now I remember. One that will definitely go up for the next meta. She's in here somewhere. Maybe. Do I not have her at rank 3? We'll fix that right now if I don't have her at rank 3. There she is. She's definitely going up. I just overlooked her. She will go to rank 4 for the next meta. She most certainly will be a rank 4 before the next meta. But I think I'm done ranking up for this meta unless Korg really becomes, I see him becoming a pain in the butt for people on defense because you can't really hit into his block unless you're using Valkyrie and you build up your combo first. I don't know anybody else that can hit into his block. I think he'd be a little bit of a pain. I think Atuma may be a little bit of a pain on defense, not a whole lot, but a little bit. I think Zola is definitely going to be a pain on defense. Maybe in both metas. Did I run my daily? No, I did not. Let's run the daily here real quick. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of X23 either. I did think about ranking her up. Just because I think she may be okay for the next meta, not this meta, but weeks 3 and 4. I think she may be okay. She's not going to be great. Basically, if you don't get that, if that special 2 doesn't kill, she's got nothing. But Black Cat, on the other hand, I've seen some things with Black Cat. Black Cat is going to be pretty darn good for the next meta. That's kind of what I got to start looking at. I'm pretty good for Invade. I got to start looking at champions that will be a pain on defense. And I think anybody with multiple immunities on defense will be okay. So, I've kind of got to look at that. I think Art, believe it or not, one that I think may make a comeback a little bit. Arcade may, but he isn't bleed immune. He's immune to all the other ones, but he's not bleed immune. So, you can still catch him with some things there, but Arcade may be okay. You want triple immune, double immune defenders. Ones that reduce the potency of debuffs, like your Count Nefaria, who reduces the potency of bleeds and things like that, and incinerates and shocks and all that, just so they can get the healing from it. It's just going to slow the fight down. There's going to be so many, for the next 2 metas, there's going to be a lot of quick fights. You're going to see a lot of 50k plus scores. But other than that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else going on. I don't know of anything else. I don't know of anything. I'm trying to think if I know of anything that I can say that I know of anything on. We got our Sig Stones. The only other thing I know that's going on is they are still looking into Valkyrie and Hulkling. And what I was told, and I can't remember where it came from, so if it's a trade secret and I'm letting it out, I'm sorry. I think it was in somebody's stream or in the forums or something like that, though. The issue is with the scaling of Pierce is what they're thinking. It's not with the champions themselves, it's with the scaling of the Pierce buff. And it's, coming to light with those two because those two rely a lot on Pierce. There's very few other champions that have Pierce, as part of their kit. So, which kind of makes sense, because Pierce hasn't really been a focus or really changed at all as defender, as different defensive abilities have come out. You were gone? So that's still kind of under a little bit of an investigation and a little bit of look. But I think that's it. It's kind of a slow time in the contest. We should have, the new game mode out later. We'll have incursions out later this month. Some stuff coming up. Hopefully soon we'll have 9-4. In the end of that, I've got to start thinking about who I'm going to use who I'm going to take up as my first rank 5. Do I do prestige? Do I do functionality? Or do I do enjoyment? I'm hoping there's some Everest content. I'm hoping 9-4 and some Everest content. Although Everest content and me don't necessarily get along, and I don't like it, but we do it. And you guys get to watch me struggle and pull what's left of this little bit of hair on top of my head out. Slam my phone down a few times. Enjoyment 100%. Well, that just means I may take up Ironheart. At which point I'm going to have to drop some 6 stones into her and finally just say, not that I need the SIGs. Her SIG ability doesn't ever really come into effect too much for me. It would be nice to have the increased potency on the ruptures and incinerate she puts on there, but I don't know. I think Ironheart would be fun though. If they come out with Groot, I will do a rank 5 Groot though. Prestige is for the birds. Well, I just did a bunch of rank ups for Prestige because, when you're in an alliance that doesn't push Alliance War, you need to get your rewards from somewhere. Speaking of rewards and stuff like that, I've got to spend some Radiance. I'm in trouble. I've got an issue. I've got a big issue with Radiance right at the moment. I don't know what to spend it on. No, I'm talking 7-star. Why not? If they buff them. Anyway, like I was saying, let me grab these here real quick. This is by far the best daily to run, by the way. You get all those war buffs. I got to do it on the mini here in a minute. I've got a problem with some Radiance because I've got to spend some, and I hate spending it because I could buy units. I could do tier 4 alpha, which is probably where it's going to be. Probably do some more tier 6 class catalyst. It's just a lot of this stuff I'm not going to spend it on. Once I'm probably going to spend some. If Everest content comes out, I'll buy buffs with it. Not going to buy health potions. Maybe some tier 3 alloys at some point in time. Not going to buy trophy tokens. You can see I bought all the SIG stones. I bought the mastery point. Probably not going to buy revives. Not going to buy Abyss Nexus selectors or 6-star. Occasionally I'll get Titan and 7-star shards. Very, very occasionally. Not very often. Definitely won't get 7-star hero crystals. Maybe some tier 4 basic. see me buying any of these, considering how many I have in overflow most of the time. So that's the hard thing. You know, I've got stop hoarding. You'll put me on the TV show. That's half my. That's what I do. I mean, look at all my resources. I'm maxed always on glory. My loyalty. Where am I at in loyalty? 6.3 million. I mean, I could spend it, but what happens to that one day when I need it? Speaking of loyalty, probably have enough shatter here. Oh yeah, especially when we get war rewards. I may end up buying a couple of loyalty crystals. Don't know. Do I need anybody out of this still? Got Black Cat. Oh, I don't have Mordo. So yeah, we'll probably do that. I still don't have Mordo on this account. Oh yeah, I know you can buy multiple ones now. I'm going to wait till once we get AW rewards this time. I'll probably buy buy 2 of them. I don't see my fear is here's what's going to happen. This is why I hoard. Okay, a little insight into my mind. I always think, okay, if I spend it now, what happens if they upgrade the store next month? And then I'm going to be like, man, if I would have waited a month, I could have had that. That is the scary part of my brain. It's called fear of missing out. You know, it's like I spend all the shatter now, and then next month they change the loyalty crystal. Oh, I know I'll be all right and life goes on, but it's just the way my brain works. I'm telling you. It's the same with rank ups. It's like if I rank up for this champion, what happens if? Oh, they would. I'm just saying that's just the way my brain thinks. Is I spend all the loyalty now. Let's say, here we go. On January 13th, I spend. We'll do Radiance. January 13th, I buy out the Radiance store. Use up almost all my Radiance. End of January, they say, okay, effective February 2nd or 3rd, whatever that first Tuesday is, we're upgrading the Radiance store, and everything's half price. Oh, I know. I'm just saying that it's just my brain works in weird ways. I'm the same way with spending money in real life. Because there's been way too many times I've bought one of these stupid things, and a couple months later, the next version comes out, and it's like, man, I wish I had waited. Does it do anything more or less than what mine does? No. But and there was once upon a time in my life where, if I bought a phone and 2 months later a new one came out, I would just buy the new phone. But I'm beyond that point in my life. Yeah, see, that's the other thing. I don't know. I mean, more SIGs on Black Cat, more SIGs on Void, more SIGs on Storm. I mean, I just awakened to Storm not too long ago. So we'll probably do that once we get AW rewards here tomorrow, Thursday, whatever day they want to give them to us. But I think for now, I think that's going to do it for me for this morning. I'll be back later. Do some battlegrounds or something tonight. I don't know. Maybe do some friendlies. Get everybody ready for this lovely season coming up tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. Gonna be good. Gonna be fun. No one else is streaming, I don't think. I think I'm the only one probably awake at this hour. At least that speaks English. Unfortunately, I don't speak other languages. So yeah, I think that's going to do it. I think. I'm hunting the Black Cat Awakening. I have all the others awakened. Yeah, I don't have Mordo yet. That's the only one I'm missing. I've got all the others awakened and multiple SIGs. Let's see. So Black Cat's in there, right? Black Cat is SIG 60, all natural. Void is in there. SIG 20. Storm's in there. I think she's just SIG 20. Oops, let's go 7-star. I think she's just SIG 20. Yep, SIG 20. Who's the other one? Oh, Howard. Howard Z. Duck. SIG 80. And I think that's it, right? It's just those. Oh, Howard's in the incursion crystal. Yeah, I don't know who's in what. There's too many. There's too many. What is going on here? I guess I wasn't scrolling down far enough. So, yeah, Black Cat, Void, Mordo, I don't have. Oh, Vision Arcus, Howard the Duck, and Storm. Arcus, SIG 20. So a couple SIG 20s, a couple higher. Oh, Arcus isn't awakened. Okay, well, there you go. Howard's in the loyalty. Yeah. I've been lucky on the loyalty. Speaking of loyalty crystals, I don't think I've got enough for one, but I've been lucky on those. No. There's one I don't own yet. Not loyalty crystals, incursion crystals, isn't it? So out of that, I've got Angela, I've got Beardo, I've got Hulkbuster, I've got Mojo, I've got Namor, all awakened, all of them, except for Ronin. I do not have Ronin. I do not have me a Ronin, which is fine. I am fine not having, I'm fine not having a Ronin. Cap Britain worth rank 4 on dupe? I think so. If you want a defender that's a pain in the butt. 7-star rank 4 Sig 200 Ronin would be. Yeah, he would be. And I'm not arguing that I don't have him. But if I get him, he kind of needs all those Sigs, and he's not one of those champions I'm going to put in. Okay. So Cap Britain, I think, is going to be across metas is going to be a pain. Although she's not terrible in weeks 1 and 2. I happen to have Captain Britain and Dust at rank 4 on the main. Domino, I've thought about. I've really thought about it, but she's kind of fallen off as a defender. She can still be a pain in the butt, and she may be a pain in the butt in the Polka Dot Power one, but I mean, at rank 3 Sig 200, she's going to be just about as good as rank 4 Sig 200. It is the crit fail damage that is what you're looking for, and the off chance that she's going to evade or do something nasty. And people are starting to learn, have figured out how to fight her more and more, where Cap Britain has less counters. Dust is very good for evade. I have 16 R4. What rank do you think you can push and beat? I know people that have 16 R4s that are very good, that are Mysterium C5 players. And then there's people like me that have 51 that, I'm an Uru warrior. It just depends on how well you play. Depends on how well you strategize and how well you draft. That's the bigger thing to me. I don't draft well, primarily because I end up not paying attention. I'll be talking to chat and reading chat and not paying attention to the draft, and then there'll be 3 seconds left, and I just have to grab 2 that look good, and don't really do much for the, for whatever chance he's got, much to counter or anything like that. Dust R4 done. She's good both ways too. She can be pretty good on attack. What I like doing with Dust, you build up to a special 2, you throw a heavy, you throw that special 2, and then you just, it's 1 or 2 special 1s and everything's dead. Number 30 for rank 4s. Congrats. I've been starting to think on the mini. I was half tempted to do this, but my problem is there's not enough chance of me getting the Deathless Vision pieces on the mini. I need 2 of them for Deathless Vision. So what I'll end up doing, I think, on the mini, and I've got the same issue with Radiance on the mini, but I do have an outlet for it here. Because what I will end up probably doing is, isn't there a Deathless piece selector in here somewhere? I thought there was a Deathless piece selector in here somewhere. Maybe it doesn't show up on mine because I've got all of them. Maybe that's why, because I've got all the Deathless Champions. Maybe it doesn't show up. I'm loading up my mini just so I can go in there. It used to be in there. It was in there the other day because I was looking at it, thinking, okay, I could buy it. Yeah, it's in there on the mini. It's not on the main. So I'm thinking that's probably how I'm going to get those pieces that I need yet. So yeah, it's just not in there on the main because I've already got all of them. So I think that's what I'm going to do on the mini, is just hope for some selectors every once in a while and then buy that. Yep, 56K for the first one and then a little bit more. So I'll probably do that. Just start buying 1 or 2 of those every time it resets. Alrighty, folks, though, I've got to get some work done. I'll be back later this evening. I hope you all kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed this morning stream. I hope you guys did as well. 281, that's not too bad, honestly. So I think I may do some of that. But I don't see anybody else streaming right at the moment that I know. So we're just going to call it here. Hope you all have a great day. And until later tonight, take care all.